a guy that I would imagine Honda's not real happy with, Ken Roczen. What do you think there?
Dude, I'm going to go again with what Rob is always talking about with fatigue. And then two, just his mental capacity. He came out and did what he needed to do at A1. And then he just got a couple just bad luck happening to him. And he really needed Cooper Webb's head to still stay on top of it. Because now he's letting guys pass him like Anderson or Tomac, where before he would have done a little bit more of a freeze as far as blocking wise to try to be like, no, you need to stay behind me. But it's almost like he's losing faith in himself to be able to beat these guys, which is sad to see, because he needs to beat Sexton every weekend, and it's not happening.
I look at Roczen and I see a guy burnt out. I see a guy who's tired of the stress. He's tired of walking to that HRC rig and hearing the whispers about how he's the number 2 guy. I think he's tired of everyone whispering about him never getting a title or the fact that Webb catches him. I think all of that combined, it's wearing on him. Every one of those little things is a stressor. And with the stress comes fatigue, comes doubting yourself. And he's so talented. He can give 80-90% and finish where he's finishing. Not that he's not giving 100%, but he's not at 100%.
Yeah,
mentally,
physically. I thought I saw something on the internet where maybe it was Racer X or Swamp Moto. They might have did a little interview with him. It was just a thumbnail that he was saying, I don't have to do this, like I can retire because I've got the money to. And it caught me off guard where it was, okay, did Roczen have to say something where he's like, hey guys, I'm not giving up yet, because if I wanted to, I could, but I'm choosing not to because I still love the sport and the riding. It made me think. I didn't even watch the video. I just listened to the clickbait thumbnail, and it got me going, this year, maybe next year. I think we'll be lucky if we see him race next year.
I think we'll be lucky to see him go outdoors. I don't even see that happening. I think, and it might be good for him. I don't want to see him. I don't want him to go away. I would just as soon he find the fire, win some races, battle, stay indoor, outdoor. But I look at a guy who doesn't want to be there. How do you feel when you're at a job and you're just like, you can tell yourself you're going to work really hard, but if you don't have that passion, you can go to the edge, but not quite over the edge. Every other dude on that line right now is willing to go over the edge. He's going to the edge.
Yeah.
And it's just, yeah.
I just finished a book that is called Attitude is Everything by Kevin Hurley. And it talked about working hard is easy, but finding meaningful work is hard. And when you find yourself in a cul-de-sac, it's very difficult to push through these little dips because there's really nowhere to go. It's basically saying a dead end job. And I'm not saying that racing is a dead end job for him right now. However, the only upside to him continuing to race is to win a championship, because he's done everything else that you can. He just hasn't gotten that Supercross championship yet. And if you're getting more and more farther away from that goal, what's your motivation?
Yeah. And to speak of how talented he is, this is a dude that won a race already this year, and he, was close to podium last night, and we're judging him. Like, his finishes are amazing. If you just take and looked at him and took the name off of it and said, this guy got these finishes, Barcia would be thrilled to have his finishes. So
dude, Barcia wears too tight of pants. I was like on the top of the stadium and I could see his ass crack from where I was sitting. I was like, sorry, I don't know why, you're like, Johnny, why the fuck you look at Barcia's, ass here? So anyway.
No, don't lie. I follow the Moto memes guy too. And every week it's a dick pic from, and he's hung pretty well. I'll put a pic from Moto memes up there. And clearly you're right. He likes to show it off. It is what it is. The pants these days are just, I don't know. Yeah. Craig, what a salvage after getting Friesed in race 2, which that was okay. So I'm all for, I kind of encourage, and I like rough riding for the most part. And I like being aggressive. The stuff where Friese cross jumps, I don't like it. I would.
That was how he crashed was just a follow through of the cross jumping, because that was where he was really cross jumping the most. And those lines kind of come together at the end where he's doing a triple into the sand where the guys finish their triple and they're kind of like singling into the sand. And so Friese was not meaning to take the inside there. He had no intention of taking the inside. He was trying to finish his cross jump to the outside to block Craig, but Craig was already too close to him. So they connected and he was just a front wheel ahead when Friese had all intention not to take him out, probably not to make contact, but just to be in front of him. That's how I saw it. I saw it that he was just finishing the cross jump into the corner, expecting Craig to let off. But Craig was going, no, this guy's going to the inside. I'm going to pass him on the outside, not knowing that Friese was, all of his intention was never to even hit the inside whatsoever. It was just to block him. And their lines came together sort of like Anderson and Kenny, where Anderson probably didn't mean to make connection. He was meaning to get a front wheel in there to make Kenny turn off, to slow down, to hit the brakes, because these guys do this on the start too, dude. Like if you get a front wheel on somebody, you don't have a straight line to the front corner. You get a front wheel on somebody and then you instantly move your bike over to try to have them slow down and hit their brakes. It's happened to me. Tomac's done it to me, and I learned from Tomac. I was like, oh dude, this is amazing. So I started being a dick whenever I could at times, and it works great if you get a front wheel on somebody. So I didn't see it meaning to be that aggressive and that dirty. It was just a multiple things. He was finishing his dirtiness of cross jumping, cutting everybody off. How did you see it?
I'll tell you what I saw. I saw Friese doing his drift, and all the other kids that are scared of him backed off and didn't triple the last one. Craig says, I got you. I'm going to do it anyway. Jumped it. They got pretty close. I think it fired Friese up, and he's like, he just kind of went. He saw red for a second, and I think he thought he could get Craig, but he didn't realize how far out Craig was. I mean, dude, his front wheel went into Craig's foot peg. It ripped off his little front fork guard. He wasn't even close. I mean, to me, that was very much like Ferrandis versus Craig 2 years ago, where Ferrandis just torpedoed him. It had no chance of working. But if Friese's a half a bike ahead.
Yeah, but did Ferrandis mean to make contact at that race too? Or was he betting on the fact that he was hoping that Craig was going to shut off?
He meant to make contact. He didn't mean to cream him. And if you're going to make an aggressive pass, you better be calculated. This was not calculated, and it was at extreme high speeds.
It was bad. Dude,
Craig went down the hallway. Like he went through the banners, down the hall. Like he was running back. He got caught in an electrical cord. I mean, it was.
Yeah, I knocked over like the monster sign. And no, that was it ended up, it's definitely bad press. Definitely bad press on that.